Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to Wasteland Active Radio. Coming to you from Dashwood Outpost number 17, Station Hill. As always, I am your gracious host, Crispy. I don't have much to say, so let's just get on with the show. The Dashwoods have scheduled a memorial service for those lost in the battle against Macklin, and we're still looking for help with rebuilding. More on that in today's announcements. I sent Bucket to get interviews for On the Scene and had him print out the weather, so I will tell us just how awful this summer weather is going to get in this week's, weather. Looks like some of our crops may have survived, but the plumbing took more of a hit than we initially thought. More on that in today's local news. Atlas is still out for the time being, so Bucket will be filling his place for a bit, and I'll try and come up with something for this week's open table once we reach that segment. With the preamble out of the way, let's move on to this week's announcements. In today's announcements, we finally set a time for the memorial service for those who lost their lives in the battle for Station Hill. The service will be held on Wednesday starting at 1500 hours and ending whenever we finish up. This will be a semi-private service for the Dashwoods and all the residents of Station Hill. This will be a quiet and respectful ceremony, and we ask that anyone who has issue with it to just butt out and stay away until it's finished. We can't afford to wait any longer. Anyway, Wednesday, 1500 hours, moving on. We still need people to help rebuild. If you have any experience building walls and buildings and other stuff, come on down to Station Hill at any point and we'll find a place for you. We're looking for people who are serious about helping. No more of this, we didn't expect to have to work this much, we're out, BS. Nations weren't built on complaints and dilly-dallying. We need as much help as we can get. So please, come on out to Station Hill and lend a hand. That's all for announcements. The Vault Group hasn't returned yet, and no words from the Scouts, so let's just move on to this week's weather. 1 second, dear listeners. Sorry about that. Daddy needs his medicine. Something to dull the ache in my joints after all the work going on out here. Moving on. Alright, got the weather right here. So, let's get started. Here's the weather forecast for the week of July 21st, 2287. Currently, the weather is 75 degrees Fahrenheit, with a high of 79 degrees and a low of 70 degrees. Feels like 79 degrees. 42% humidity. Partly cloudy for the rest of the day. Monday, the temperature will have a high of 78 degrees with a low of 74 degrees. 44% humidity. Clear skies throughout the day. Tuesday, the temperature will have a high of 77 degrees with a low of 77 degrees. 54% humidity. Partly cloudy with more clouds moving in later in the day. Wednesday, the temperature will have a high of 81 degrees with a low of 79 degrees, 56% humidity, partly cloudy with a chance for scattered showers. Thursday, the temperature will have a high of 72 degrees with a low of 68 degrees, 68% humidity. Overcast all day and it looks like we'll be getting some rain too. Friday, the temperature will have a high of 69 degrees with a low of 68 degrees. 70% humidity with scattered showers throughout the day. Saturday, the temperature will have a high of 78 degrees with a low of 72 degrees. 76% humidity. Overcast. And that right there is the weather forecast for the week. Sounds pretty mild if I do say so myself. A bit of rain and sunshine never hurt anyone, right? Well, with that out of the way, let's move on to what little local news we have. In today's local news, while inspecting the fields, we discovered that some of the crops have managed to survive and are starting to pop up through the dirt. We're not yet sure how much of the crop survived, but we're optimistic since we didn't really expect any of it to survive. That's pretty great, to be honest, considering we're going to need plenty of food to get back on our feet. Yep, whole lot of work to do. Whole lot of work. Woo, okay. So, once the Charlestons get back from the vault, they'll know how to get to the root of our problems. Root. In our next news story, we've lost water pressure. The majority of water fixtures in Station Hill have been affected, and it's real unfortunate. Yep, but once Louie and his apprentices get back here, they should be able to get Station Hill running regularly again. I'll be honest, dear listeners, there is so little news right now because everyone has been so busy. Things are coming along nicely, though, don't get me wrong. It's just kind of funny how everything starts to fall apart while the experts are out. As for time, maybe I could read out some extra... What? Who the hell is that? Hold on, dear listeners. I'm gonna put in a tape of the pre-recorded advertisements while I check this out. Just give me a minute. Wasteland Active Radio is brought to you by the following sponsors. Goldie's Bakery. You face the sunrise, and from your left you smell the scent of freshly baked bread. It's Goldie's Bakery. Their delicious selection of donuts, croissants, rolls, and loaves, handmade by the greatest bakers. Compliments spoken softly as the bells toll with the sunrise. At the corner of Main Street and East 4th in Elmhurst. Open 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. Goldie's Bakery, awarded Madison County's Best Service Award 3 times in a row since our opening. That was kind of weird. I wonder if this is one of those weird New Age bakeries or something. I don't know what it is, but that poem or whatever they used reminds me of those spy movies I watched back before the war. They'd have code words played out over a secret frequency to pass info on to spies. Who knows? Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Or am I? I am. Wasteland Active Radio is also brought to you by the folks at Step Up Shoe Store. Looking for a hot new pair of sneakers? Maybe a nice pair of loafers for around the house. Sandals for those hot summer days, or dress shoes for any special occasion. When it comes to footwear, Step Up has the best selection of shoes from the top brands at the best prices. Open 7 days a week. Step Up shoes have whatever your feet need. I could use a new pair of shoes. I think I've been wearing the same pair of boots for the past 5 years. I've duct taped these puppies together so many times, they're more tape than shoe at this point. Frankly, it's disgusting. Anyway, moving on. Wasteland Active Radio is also brought to you by this gun to my head. Please don't pull the trigger.
That's enough out of you, ghoul.
Let's just keep things calm. We don't want to do anything we'll regret now, right?
I told you to stop talking. Now tell me, what are these machines for? I told you to tell me what these machines do.
Okay. You told me to stop talking, so I didn't talk.
Just answer my question, ghoul.
This is radio equipment. I host a weekly radio show that I broadcast across the ash flats.
Of course. I knew that. I just wanted to see if you would lie to me about it.
Listen, I don't know why you're here, but just take whatever you want. I won't stop you. Just please don't shoot me.
I was going to do that anyway. Your land is forfeit, and your possessions are now the property of the Empire of Dave. You and that robot will be my first subordinates in my empire.
Empire of what? How did you even get in here?
That robot led me inside.
Bucket! Are you serious right now?
Mission objective. Locate individuals for interviews. Objective complete. Beginning playback of recorded interview. Greetings, traveler. This unit's designation is Bucket. Would you agree to participate in an interview?
An interview? Well, you may be a robot, but you can certainly recognize a true authority. All right, I shall allow you to interview me.
Fantastic. What is your name?
I am Emperor Dave, ruler of the Empire of Dave.
What is your current occupation?
Ruler of the Empire of Dave. Were you not listening?
Fascinating. What brings you to Station Hill?
Is that what this hole in the ground is called? Station Hill. No, that won't do. I'll need to change the name of this place as soon as possible. Perhaps Dave Hill. Yes, that sounds perfect. Well, I have been wandering this great wasteland looking for a good place to found my empire. somewhere easily fortified with access to water and farmland.
Keywords detected. Activating invitation subroutine. Greetings, friend. Are you looking for a place to settle down? Can you work as part of a team and help the growth of a settlement? Perhaps Station Hill has a place for you. We have shelter, food provided from our farm and ranch, and clean drinking water from a reliable source, defended day and night by the daring Dashwood Mercenary Company. You can feel safe behind our walls. Please join us at Station Hill. Population. An error has occurred while performing this subroutine. Returning to most recent task. Resuming interview script. Greetings. Lull in conversation detected. My apologies.
Enough of this ridiculousness, robot. What happened here?
A tornado with a max speed of 232 miles per hour touched down at this unit's current coordinates. Injuries detected. Unable to contact emergency services.
That would certainly explain the destruction around here. Ugh. And the bodies. Huff. What is that building up on the hill? Is that a radio tower?
Affirmative. Keyword detected. Activating WARR subroutine. Dial into FM for Wasteland Active Radio. WARR for the weather, local news, and more in the Ash Flats.
Really? I can see lights on. Is it still in working order?
Affirmative.
Are they broadcasting now?
Yes, he is.
Robot, that station is now under the rule of the Empire of Dave, and I order you to accompany me to the station.
Acknowledged. Ending interview script. Returning to station. Ending playback.
Bucket, I swear to God I will break a headphone jack off in your auxiliary audio output port.
You wouldn't dare.
That's enough out of you two. Robot, remain silent. Ghoul, keep your hands above your head. Now get on the ground so I can cuff your other hand.
Hey, you're breaking my damn arm.
Stop your whining. There we are. Now you and that robot are going to serve me, your new emperor.
Like hell I am. I don't even know who you are.
Weren't you listening? I am Emperor Dave, leader of the sovereign nation of the Empire of Dave, and you will refer to me here on as Emperor Dave.
Empire of Dave? Do you even know what an empire is? What kind of emperor just walks into a place and takes over?
I'm the kind of emperor that walks in and takes what he wants. This radio station, the ruined town at the base of the hill, and everything in it is now the property of my empire, and you two will serve me.
All right, fine, Emperor Dave. I'll serve you.
I knew you'd come around eventually. You're not nearly as stupid as you look.
Whatever. Can you please release me, Emperor Dave?
No. I don't trust that you won't do something stupid. No, I'm going to leave you cuffed for the time being, just until I trust that you know your place.
All right, let's take this in a different direction. All right, Emperor Dave. I'd like to formally introduce you to Station Hill. My name is Chris.
Stop. This is not Station Hill. This is Dave Hill.
Okay. Welcome to Dave Hill. My name is Crispy. I host Wasteland Active Radio, a radio show where I keep my dear listeners up to date on things going on in the Ash Flats. How many people do you have in your empire, Emperor Dave?
Admittedly, you, the robot, and of course myself are the only people in my empire.
All right, well, how about this? I could continue to host Wasteland Active Radio and try and attract more people to join your empire. How does that sound?
Well, I think the name will need changed, but I like the idea of that. All right. I'll allow you to be an ambassador to the Empire of Dave on a probationary basis. I'm sure you're honored, but there's no need to thank me for such an opportunity.
Don't worry, I won't. What is your first order of business?
I'm glad you asked. It's a job for you, in fact. I've seen the bodies out there that have been lined up and covered, and the pile of super mutant corpses that are just sitting around outside.
Yeah, what about them?
I need you to go out and burn the bodies. Start with the super mutants, and then burn the others when you're done with the super mutants.
I'll burn the super mutant bodies, but please let me bury the rest. I've already got most of the graves dug.
Did you just refuse a direct order from your emperor? I said go out and burn those bodies.
Please, just let me bury the Dashwoods.
The who? No, I order you to burn all of those bodies.
Eat my ghoul wiener, Dave. Ah! Ah, my ghoul wiener!
Maybe some time locked away will make you realize just who you serve. Get up and move, now!
Attention. Dead air sensor activated. Running WARR outro script. Greetings, audience. Unit designation, Bucket. An error has occurred while broadcasting Wasteland Active Radio, and the unit designated as host has been taken at gunpoint, leaving only this unit to maintain broadcast. The staff at Wasteland Active Radio would like to apologize for this interruption. Assuming the host has not been killed by their abductor, Wasteland Active Radio will resume broadcasting at its normally scheduled time. This world is cruel. Mother Nature's fury has rained down upon us. My user has just experienced great trauma to both heads and mind. Activating broadcast shutdown script.
Wasteland Active Radio is created, written, and produced by Z. Hagen and Jay Wilson. Performed by Z. Hagen, Jay Wilson, and B. Seawick. Brought to you by The Record Button. Special thanks to A. Boxwell. You know what you did. Wasteland Active Radio is set in the Fallout video game universe, owned by ZeniMax Media and Bethesda Softworks. No copyright infringement is intended. Please support the official release. That should hold that bastard for now. He's putting up a bit more resistance than I'd hoped, but he'll come around if he wants to live. My ears are still ringing from whatever the hell that beep was. Damned robot.
Error has occurred during broadcast shutdown script.
I hate this place!